I'm Christopher Zweig, and today on CJ at the Movies, I dish on some new films, including Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow in her solo feature, and we'll also have a look at the documentary about a music festival that took place the same time as Woodstock, just 100 miles away from each other. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Black Widow, and it's finally been released in theaters and on Disney Plus after You Know What. Scarlett Johansson is back as Black Widow, and this solo feature takes place between Captain America Civil War, when she violated the Sokovia Accords, and Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, when she sacrificed herself for the Soul Stone to save everyone from Thanos. Also known as Natasha Romanoff, she finds herself reuniting with her fake younger sister, played by Florence Pugh, who escaped from the clutches of a madman who has an army of Black Widows.
Okay, you got a plan, or shall I just stay duck and cover?
My plan was to drive us away.
Well, your plan sucks.
At some point, we all have to choose between what the world wants you to be and who you are. I made my choice. I'm done running.
Also in the movie are their fake parents. Rachel Weisz plays the head scientist in the villain's lab, known as the Red Room, while David Harbour plays a Russian Captain America.
We have to go back to where it all started, so they never do that to anyone again.
We're a family. We fight with you.
Black Widow was directed by Kate Shortland, whose credits include such independent features like Berlin Syndrome, Somersault, and Lore, and she makes her blockbuster debut with the right Marvel Cinematic Universe hero, who is still wisely portrayed by Johansson. Nobody can portray Black Widow better than she can, while Pugh continues to expand her horizons as an action hero, and both of them engage in some entertaining fights and escape sequences. But it's sort of hard to care about this movie. The storyline is confusing, the villain isn't fun, and it lacks the depth and humanity of previous MCU features like Iron Man and Black Panther. I consider it a see what you think deal, but I wasn't a big fan of it. Sorry guys, maybe next time. And our last movie is Summer of Soul, and it's the directorial debut of Questlove, who introduces us to a festival that happened the same time as Woodstock in 1969, 100 miles away. It was known as the Harlem Cultural Festival, and it featured a sea of African Americans, over 300,000 people, who attended to see such legends as Stevie Wonder and Sly and the Family Stone, among others, performing. It was filmed, but it was left in the basement, which means it has never been televised before until Questlove decided to bring it out in the open.
Something very important was happening. It wasn't just about the music.
1969 was a change of era in the black community.
The styles were changing.
Music was changing.
And revolution was coming together.
We are a new people. We are a beautiful people.
As you can see, it was a time of revolution and a time of style and poetic justice, and while some of the music segments are a little long, Summer of Soul allows audiences in theaters or on Hulu to see the festival with the most joy and passion. I'm a film critic who sticks up for independent films, ones that don't get the kind of admiration bigger movies do, so I can totally see what the fans are getting at. I may not be in their shoes, but I still admire their poetry and speeches about what is going on. This concert wasn't promoting violence or protest, but rather an opportunity for cultures to get together, be themselves, and have a fun time. So check it out. Now let's recap the movies I reviewed today. Thumbs down for Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson's Marvel character gets her solo feature, but it's not really up to the high standards of previous Marvel Cinematic Universe features. And finally, thumbs up for Summer of Soul, a documentary about this concert that took place around the same time as Woodstock and provides all the music and poetry of various cultures. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels. You can also read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and listen to my podcast reviews at newhdradio.com.